You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Tamla Morris Brown, CEO of Aaliyah's Motivation of Women. Tamla's pain is her motivation, which is also her battle cry. Join her in her leadership to bring awareness to fibromyalgia. Let's make a difference and bring the end to 24 hours, 365 days a year of pain. Tamla Morris Brown can be reached at 313-289-4090. That's 313-289-4090. Join her if you or somebody you know has fibromyalgia. Tamla, a soldier in pain.
Other nations are just our children. Even the pale skin was made in our image. Read the book of Ruth and check out your lineage. It's the melanin that gives us a dark complexion. That's a gene, no color separation.
Salutations, people. Greetings. What up, though? Assalamu alaikum, Islam. I mean, you know, I don't want to leave nobody out. I see Salah. I don't hotep. Y'all my people. And this my sister, she set me on fire with that today. Y'all my people. You know, even if it's what up, though.
Assalamu alaikum.
You know, then my sister Katrina Muhammad right there. Y'all already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be one of them hot button shows. We got brothers and sisters following us on Facebook Live. We got our brothers and sisters on Google TV, Amazon TV, the Roku box, the new TV 33 WHPR free phone app. Our brothers and sisters is watching us all over the globe, actually. I remember when I first realized that our brothers and sisters in Ghana and Gambia and Sierra Leone and Mauritania and, you know, in Africa in general was watching us. I was on a brother named Hodo show back in, I think it was like 2008, 2009, something like that. And because I was doing television via while I was incarcerated from 2007 all the way until I came home in 2015. And when I realized the spectrum of that is reached through this medium, and it has grown since then.
Right.
I realized that we have a particular power and we have a particular ability that if we just took advantage of it, we can unite our people. And you were talking to me today, and you was going there. I was listening to you, and you know, you set my
went there.
Yeah, you set my soul on fire.
All praises to
with some
Allah.
things that is essential to us as a people and our growth. And a lot of times when you look at our people, I'm a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, or some would say, no, you just a follower of Noble Drew Ali. I accept that too. And you are a follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad through the teachings that was given to him through Master Farad Muhammad,
and the Nation of Islam.
That Allah appeared in the person of.
Correct.
Which is through the medium called the Nation of Islam.
Correct.
And here we sit.
Right.
And you said something to me earlier that was befitting of where I'm going.
And for our viewers that are not aware of who the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is, take a look at our screen. He's right behind me and right in between the both of us with that wonderful fez on, with the beautiful star and crescent. It's a beautiful black man. I almost feel like I got to get out the way so you can.
But you know, you got people on Facebook
Oh,
Live.
they're on the
Only
green
thing
screen.
they can see is the green
They're looking
screen.
at the green screen.
So they can't
Oh,
actually
I'm
see.
so sorry.
They can't actually see the backdrop. Technology is something different.
Oh, my
So
God.
the cameras
That
where
man.
our viewers is watching us, over 8 million people have access to us. They can see the image that you're talking about, but our brothers and sisters that's on Facebook Live, they can't see anything but the green screen. But on the backdrop, we have Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the most
That's
honorable
right.
Elijah Muhammad, and the most honorable Marcus Moselle Garvey is a lineup behind us.
That's right.
For those of you who
Pay
are
attention.
watching on Facebook Live and you're not able to see it on TV33WHPR.com or any other mediums, but if you take the time out and you log on to TV33WHPR.com, you'll be able to see it through that particular medium what our backdrop look
But
like.
our young people are so smart these days. You say the name, and they're doing this. They're looking it up already, and they're telling you. That's one thing I do love about this white man's technology. The internet, Google, is powerful because information is power. So when you put something as small as a computer device that is like this, it's a computer device, and a person can pull up whatever it is they're looking for and learn something just that quick. I mean, that's power. So I will acknowledge and recognize that. But I do believe a black man created it anyway. So let me go all the way back to where it all came from.
I mean, when you look at the actual science of things, all things begin with us.
That's right.
And when you look at the technology of manipulating the elements and bending it to our purpose, it comes from that particular mind and idea of
Right.
our people.
That's right.
And the philosophy and the idea of that is not rooted in Plato, Aristotle, or Socrates. It's rooted in Africa. It's
That's right.
rooted in the Asiatic genes. Some of you may know it as being African American genes. Some of you may know it as being black genes, Negro genes. I don't know. But me personally, myself, as the teachings was given to me by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, it is the Asiatic gene. And nothing is new under the sun.
Right.
We have learned to manipulate the elements in order to get us back to our original state of vibration and consciousness. Some people call it television, telephone, equivalent to telekinesis, telegenic,
Right.
telepathy.
Right.
So when we look at us being able to we take our physical appearance, our words, and our images, and we're able to project it for hundreds of thousands of miles. It's all in the universe.
Right.
You can be on the moon, and if you have the capabilities with technology, you're able to see what's going on right here in Highland Park, Michigan, coming out of 160 Victor Street. But that's because we was able to manipulate the elements in order to make that technology possible.
Right.
But our ancestors and our elders have taught us that we was able to do these things eons ago,
Right.
just in thought.
Right.
And we
And you
didn't
can
have
see
to do-
evidence of that with the science, the precision, the mathematics of Egypt and the pyramids and everything else. It all came from us. So most definitely, but what I want to get to today is the numbers, the data.
Let's go.
We have to, can we do it?
Let's
Can we
do
get
it.
into it? Look.
Let's talk.
So
Let's lead them into what you were talking about, because people don't know. We sit back, we communicate before the airing of the show, and we
Exactly.
say, well, what's going on?
Right.
What you want to do? And the sister, she'd be like, okay, well, I'll pray on the brother since you putting it in my lap, and I'll come up with something. I'll be like, all praise
Right.
due to Allah. And then when I come in today, you laid this heavy thing in my lap. And I'm saying to myself, wow. So
Right.
you have to approach our viewers the same way
same
you
way.
brought it to me.
all right. So all praises due to Allah. Let me tell you real quick. I just want to open up. And this came out of Message to the Black Man on page 58. He has an entire section called The Black Woman. And I'm going to read this one line to you because it's so important to what we're about to discuss. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, until we learn to love and protect our woman, we will never be a fit and recognized people on the earth. I'm going to stop right there because what I looked into, and part of my studies lately, a group that I'm participating in to bring the Million Woman March to
Hold
the
up.
city of Detroit.
Hold up.
A Million Woman March.
That's where I was like, that was when I had that moment.
Let's get it.
I was like,
Let's go there.
She said a million woman march in the city of Detroit.
That's right.
And I'm like,
I mean, in 1995,
Let's
in
do it.
October, when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had this idea, I gave him this idea, and he had the Million Man March in Washington, D.C. on a Monday. People say he's not going to get a million black men that show up on a Monday, take off work, drive, whatever, however they're going to get there to D.C., not going to happen. But it did happen. In fact, 2 million black men showed up that day in 1995. Okay? Well, that event was near and dear in the hearts of black women because he did tell us to stay home. He said, I want to talk to the brothers. I want the brothers to have an opportunity to come together in brotherhood and let's talk about some things. And so I obeyed those instructions, and many other black women obeyed those instructions. And then there was a sister by the name of Dr. Fillet, and I really hope to get her on the show the next time she comes to Detroit. She was greatly inspired by the Million Man March and decided to come together with other black women to do the Million Woman March, and this took place in Philadelphia in 1997.
1996?
97. It was 2 years after. Right. And so now here we are. It's 2017. Guess what's about to happen? The 20-year reunion. 20-year reunion. And so it's about to happen. So, I mean, here we are on the cusp of this phenomenal, amazing thing that happened in 1997, to have it again in 2017, and the possibility of it happening here in the city of Detroit. There's no better city, there's no better time than right now. Now, I said that to say they wanted a couple of things from your sister, your Muslim sister. I'm participating on this group, and they said, oh, we want a proposal from Detroit. We want to get a little bit more information because they're not from here. And, you know, Detroit sometimes gets a bad rep. Highland Park gets a bad rep, right? So I put some data together, and that's what they really wanted to know. They wanted to know, can Detroit handle an event where 1 million people show up? Well, we have an event every year, a couple of events every year, where 1 million people or more show up, and that's the fireworks every year, okay, and the auto show every year. In fact, this past year, around 800,000 people showed up for the auto show, the Detroit Auto Show. And then, of course, the fireworks, everybody comes out for that. So we can handle large-scale events, right? Then they wanted to know if the negative, I guess, negative gossip or bad rep that Detroit has, is it somehow going to affect the attendee, affect the event in terms of people coming to the city of Detroit? But when you look up news articles about the city of Detroit right now and the surrounding area, you cannot deny that Detroit is on a trajectory of major success, being one of the greatest comebacks of any city in this country ever to have happened, to be on the brinks of bankruptcy. No, we did actually file bankruptcy. The school system taken over, all these negative things that happened to Detroit, right? And now we're coming out of that where businesses are happening here. All types of really, really good things are happening. And it's not just because, okay, everyone's going to say the new mayor. No, these things were put in place during the time of Kwame Kilpatrick. Say what you want to say about him, but there were some things that he put in place to help this city progress. And we're starting to see the fruition of some of those things right now, all right? Some things that Mayor Coleman Young did with regards to our police department. We are, out of the entire nation, one of the top cities, if not the top city, with the largest black percentage in the police department. What does that mean? That means that black people in the city of Detroit and the surrounding area have a greater sense of safety and security, where things like what happened across the nation, where we see these attacks by white officers against black people, that doesn't necessarily say it won't happen in the city of Detroit, but the likelihood of it happening is very low. The percentage is low. Why? Because we dominate in the police department. Okay? So if you're looking for a black city that is going to support a black event like the Million Woman March and have a successful event where you can bring 1 million black women into a city and make sure that they feel secure and safe, what other city could that be other than the city of Detroit? Okay. How you doing, Facebook people? So let's get into the data and the numbers. I researched, and of course I'm a native Detroiter, but I wanted to know deep down, like, okay, what does this mean? We're a majority black city. 82% in the city of Detroit, to be exact. But what does 82% mean? We could throw around percentages all day, but what does it mean? It means that there are 590,226 black people in the city of Detroit. And out of that number, brother, 315,895,000 are black women. What does that mean? Black men are 274,331. What does that mean? That means that we outnumber black men in the city of Detroit by 41,564 black women. Black women in the city of Detroit are the largest ethnic group in the city, period. We dominate in the city of Detroit. Okay. I said, well, I was kind of surprised by that, but, you know, at the same time, I was like, okay. I kept digging. The city of, let me see, Inkster. No, let's start with the city of Southfield. I knew there's a lot of black people in Southfield. My mother's in Southfield. Several other family members are in Southfield. But how many? 70%. Well, how many black women? How many black men of the 70%? Black women, 28,548. Black men, 21,884. In total, 50,432 in the city of Southfield. We dominate in the city of Southfield. The city of Inkster, 10,017 black women, 8,552 black men. We dominate in Inkster. 73% of Inkster is black. The city of Highland Park, 93% of residents in Highland Park are black. What's that number? 5,601 black females, 5,411 black males. The city of Ecorse, the city of Oak Park, and I thought Oak Park, a lot of Jews out there, big Jewish community. Yeah, well, we dominate in the city of Oak Park. There are 57% of the city of Oak Park is black. And out of that, 9,543 are black women, 7,299 are black men. Why do we not have a black female mayor in Oak Park? Okay. City of Pontiac, again, city of Flint, we do have a black female mayor in the city of Flint. And then the city of, I had another one here. Oh, Benton Harbor. We do have a black mayor in the city of Benton Harbor, Brother Marcus Muhammad. Benton Harbor is 89% black, 4,800 black women, 4,000 black men. So when I look at this, and then I look at support cities like Ann Arbor, 4,600 black women in Ann Arbor. Dearborn, 2,200. Dearborn Heights, 2,500. Farmington Hills, 7,900. I can go on and on and on, but one of the biggest numbers, Grand Rapids, 20,000 black women in Grand Rapids. So, I mean, all of these cities, Westland, 8,100. Westland does have a black female mayor. So, numbers, brother, we know numbers mean power. So, if we have the power, or the numbers in all of these cities, Ben Harbor, okay, Pontiac, Flint, Highland Park, Inkster, Ecorse, Oak Park, Southfield, the city of Detroit, where black women dominate in all of these cities, we should have black female mayors in all of these cities. We should have power, but we don't have power. And I think it's because we don't know who we are. And also, and I'm going to say it because this is a think tank show, I think we still believe that we are not prepared to rule, and that our enemy, somebody like Trump, is actually a better ruler than us. But I'm confused by this because when you turn on the television, how can you ignore that there are 5 different, yes, I said 5 different current investigations going on with Donald Trump, his son-in-law Kushner, various other members of his cabinet and administration, but you still think, and let's say there are some people who still think that they would make better rulers than us. This has got to be a joke, a terrible nightmare, because I reject that. I think that we would make better rulers of ourselves. And we have to decide. We're in the hour right now that we have to decide what we're going to do. Are we going to continue to be ruled, or are we going to become rulers of ourselves? That's what we need to decide. And when you look at these numbers, see the numbers, the data, it doesn't lie. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to fix this problem? So I want your help. I want your help. Listeners, I want your help. I want you to keep my phone number, and that's the Facebook fans and Facebook Live people. My phone number is 352-262-5899. 352-262-5899. If you want to become a part of a Million Woman March, hopefully occurring in the city of Detroit, inshallah, which means God willing.
So let me
October 2017. Please call me. Please text me. Let's stay in touch.
Let's give them a little bit more meat to feed from. Why should they support the Million Woman March, even if it's in Detroit or not? Because
Right.
it can very well be in another city, right?
It could very well be. There are several cities. Cleveland is in the running. Atlanta is in the running. Washington, D.C. are in the running. So we're in the top 5, right? I feel really good about our submission. I feel really good about our chances.
You're rooting for it actually happening in the city of Detroit.
Yes.
It's going to happen regardless. But
It's going to happen regardless, yes.
You're actually rooting and pulling and proposing for it to be right here in the city of Detroit. And you
Yes.
gave some compelling arguments that our listeners should listen to according to the stats, the statistics, et cetera, and dealing with the ratio of women and our capabilities to be able to even handle a bombardment that they would look at being a bombardment on the city. Well,
Right.
Economically, it will be a blessing.
Economically, it would be huge.
It would be a blessing.
I mean, for every single black business, for the city of Detroit, for all the hotels, you're talking about everything would be booked up. I mean, when we have Savior's Day here in the city of Detroit, which is one of the biggest events the Nation of Islam has every year, okay? All the hotels are booked up. That's only maybe around 25,000 people coming into the city. We've had it here 3 times in a row now, okay? So the city officials love us. They love the nation. They're like, oh, my God, you guys keep bringing your events to Detroit. You keep helping Detroit. Yes, because we see Detroit's potential and beauty that, first of all, the Nation of Islam was started right here in the city of Detroit. Detroit is very special. We believe in the nation that Allah came in the person of Master Friar Muhammad, who came to Detroit looking for that one person, that one brother that he was going to give all of the information to and the power to help our people out the mud, as we are the real children of Israel. We are the real chosen people of God. And who is that one person? That beautiful black man right behind me that we talked about earlier, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So Detroit is special. You cannot ignore Detroit. And now I think the rest of these people, from Engler to all of these, Snyder, whoever these people are, they all recognize the state of Michigan is not going to be successful unless Detroit is successful. The state of Michigan will go where Detroit goes. If Detroit goes up, state of Michigan goes up. So now they get it. Now they like, oh, because they thought they can leave the city, leave Highland Park, starve us out. Hopefully, who knows what was going to happen to us, right? And they could just build up all around the city of Detroit. But guess what? Surprise, surprise. You can't ignore the black man and the black woman in this day. You cannot. You're going to have to deal with us. We're not going anywhere. This is our city. We have the numbers. Stop playing, okay? So yes, a million women here in the city of Detroit. It would be amazing. It would be amazing for this station. It would be amazing for every single black entrepreneur. I'm sorry, I'm fired up.
And
I'm fired up.
Let me try to bring a little water to the situation.
Please call into the show.
To this fire.
Please call into the show because I want to hear from our listeners. If you want the Million Woman March to occur in this city, call us. I want to hear from you. We need to talk to you. We need to work together. And look, please get over the fact that I'm wearing a headpiece. If you're a Christian, you're a Baptist, it does not matter. You are my sister.
That was key.
You are my brother.
That was key.
Get over that he has a fez on.
That was key.
This is your brother.
Let's deal with that.
Let's deal with it.
Why is that important to say? Well, we got a caller, so we're going to take the call.
Yes, please.
Caller, go ahead. You on the think tank?
Oh, go ahead and ask your question first, brother. I wanted to hear that question that you were about to shoot to her.
Why is it so important that we point out that we need to put these particular differences to the side?
Because we need unity in this hour. We have got to love each other, come together. I don't care that you go to a Baptist church. I don't care if you don't go to church. I don't care if you're rocking a head full of weave, whatever. I don't care if you've been to jail. I don't care if you tatted up. I don't care about none of that. You have a fez on, and you shouldn't care that I'm wearing a headpiece because at the end of the day, we have to come together. Our survival depends on it. Basically, the melanin. Stop playing. We have to come together. And I'm talking to Latino people as well. You are a person of color. You need to be with your family. Okay? The original people. That's us. We have to help each other out and stop with all the division, the fighting, the hating. No, this is my brother. He has a fez on. This is my brother. Okay? You're not rocking or wearing any of that. It does not matter. We're family. We have to come together.
Y'all know I rock the D hat too now.
Yeah, he rocks the definitely Detroit hat.
You know I puts the D hat on, so don't get it twisted. This right here, is a part of my ethnicity and my culture. Wear the fez, but I dress down and I blend in.
Yeah, he gets it in.
I seen the sister dress down and blend in. She had a tam on though, but
yes, we wear our
it was
tams.
looking kind of cute and everything, but. It was all that. I mean,
I do have hair.
I'm just saying, just let the sisters in the Nation of Islam know when y'all rock the tams and y'all rock the draping scarf. It does look beautiful. It looks cute. We like it. The brothers like it, and even the big thug gangster boys, they like it too. Y'all got something going with that. But
praise be to Allah.
What we got a caller, so
yeah.
I want the caller to go ahead and ask their question or make their comment.
Caller, sir.
Where you calling from? And state your name and what city you calling from.
Yes, sir. This is Brother Fleming, and I'm listening over the internet.
Okay.
And
what city?
I love this show. I love this show. This is a beautiful show because it brings out some things that I think we all need, the unity that we all need. What I wanted to do is address the sister based on what I experienced in 1995 in Washington, D.C., and it was a releasing what we did when Minister Farrakhan talked about atonement. One of the things that I experienced was the releasing of guilt, things that were in my head, the guilt of irresponsibility, and the guilt that came from things that I may have done in my past. I think that on that side of the equation, when we did that in 95, was only half the job. I think that what you guys are proposing for 2017 with those sisters is something similar to the same thing, the releasing of guilt. Because when a woman, a woman, she holds the history.
Come on, brother.
She really does. She holds the history, and that's more than just a cliche. That is a scientific fact.
That's right.
A woman will hold a memory for a long, long time. A man can get it, and get something and keep on moving.
Because
but
it's
a woman
passed through
holds
the
that
womb,
memory
brother.
for a long time. And in fact, in her DNA is reconfigured. The more emotion she puts on a particular memory, the more it affects her DNA.
That's because
and
it's passed through the womb, brother, from generation to generation.
Man-child. What I wanted to ask the sister was about the guilt aspect of the ladies. I think that would be probably one of the best things that could be done because I know the stats. I know that the sisters in the churches are having abortions. I know they're killing their kids. I know they preaching abstinence and slipping and tipping, and I'm not condemning anybody. I'm just simply saying because it conflicts with their own conscience. They get taught one thing, they say they believe one thing, but the behavior it says another. And I was just concerned about the guilt aspect of that and how could we affect that. I mean, I don't know if I made sense with that question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for calling in and stating that. Women are carrying around baggage of emotion, of things that have happened to them in their past, things that they think happened because, it was their fault, things that they did and they didn't carry themselves as a godly woman. And they are carrying around guilt and negative thoughts and feelings about themselves. You can see that a person doesn't love themselves sometimes just by looking at them as how they carry themselves, what they're wearing, what the language they use, how they allow other people to treat them. You can tell that there's a lack of love for self. And yes, our people are in the mud. Our women are in the mud, going from, different relationships and never stopping to take time for and with herself, with God, to just recenter herself and say, wait, why am I jumping in and out of these relationships with men I'm not even married to them? Like, what's going on here? Yes, we're trying to reach out to these women, help them understand that something has happened to you. And it is not your fault. And we have to love them to help them love themselves and bring the sisterhood back. The biggest thing that happened in 1995 was the brotherhood, standing shoulder to shoulder with brothers, loving each other, accepting one another, no violence, no issues, and dealing with the issues that the black man was dealing with at that time to bring himself up. There are issues that black females are dealing with that we need to bring ourselves up so that we can be a great helpmate to that black man, a great mother, right? A great inspiration, a great daughter, a great sister. So all that comes with training.
We want it. We really do want that.
Yes.
And like you were saying earlier about the fear of thinking that we could rule, I think is, and fear comes from guilt, by the way.
Yes,
guilt
sir.
Is a byproduct of fear. Now, I read somewhere, and I think it was in Message to the Black Man, I'm not sure which one of the books that the brother wrote, but he said that, and I'll hang up and listen to the answer, but he said that the women were 75% of the problem of the race. And I was just wondering, is that true? And if it is true, what did he mean by that? And I'll hang up and listen to that.
Did you say 75% of the problem?
Something like that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote that yeah. I'm just going to leave it like that. I think that's the way I read it.
75% of the work is with the work.
Yeah, it was the work. It wasn't they was the problem. It was the work for our people. Because I don't know, in my personal opinion, I think the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad knew factually that the resurrection of our people lied in the bosom of our women.
Yeah.
And through the knowledge that they obtain and that they have, even like of our prophet Jesus, so some of you may know him as Yahshua, some may know him with other names, but he was taught by Mary in the womb.
Right.
In the womb. And this is something that's ancient to and for and from our people when it comes down to who the woman is or the woman is. And I believe he was saying that it's not that they were 75 or 85% of the problem. I think that he was saying, or he said that they were 75 or 85% of the work lies with our women, because we know our nation can only rise as high as the sister.
And she's the first teacher.
She definitely
She's
is.
the first teacher.
And one other thing, and I just want to get your opinion on this, sister. I'm sorry, I just got to
All
ask
praises
you
due to Allah. We love talking to our viewers.
I got to ask you this one. Okay. Now you're going to have to forgive me for my reasoning style, but, it just makes sense to me we have been raised by our mothers. And, you go into the community and it's, a female-headed household. This is a fact. And they're trying to raise these boys. I noticed that the boys don't go to church. But the church is very masculine in its whole thing, our Father. It seems to me that the church would get more black men to participate, considering that many of us do not relate to the Father, if it was our mother. Because we relate to the mother as God, because she is the first teacher. She is the one that appears to be the one that gives and raises the family, while the Father is nowhere around. I remember, well, I'm not going to say that, but what do you think about that whole concept of our at least the Christian religion? Because it has God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost, and I don't see a woman in there at all.
Well,
and I'm trying to figure out, how do you produce anything without the male and female?
But the sister, she's definitely gonna entertain that. But I want to say something that you pointed out is so true. This is at the point when I became conscious that Mama and God was synonymous. This is at the point. Now let me give you my point.
And let's please put up the phone number, because we definitely want to get more callers in.
Every time I got in trouble, listen.
But I want y'all to chew on that one a bit.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, I need you to listen. Every time my behind got in trouble, when I was in the police precinct, in the county jail, it was only two people I called on. And they were synonymous. They meant the same thing. Mama, God. God, please help me. Mama, get me out. Mama, I need bail money. God, please help me. It's the same thing. So I didn't call on anything else. I didn't call on granddaddy. I didn't call on grandmama. Even though grandmama was there, she was the backbone. Granddaddy was there. He was the backbone. Unfortunately, my father was murdered when I was at a younger age. But the point is that every time when I was in prison, even when I was incarcerated, the people that our brothers was calling on for money orders and care packages and stuff like that was two things: God or Mama. So you either seen them on the phone or you seen them somewhere praying. And so you could best believe that whatever they ask Mama for, they ask God for too. So they're synonymous. So you're absolutely right and correct. And my viewpoint is that when you look at God from our aspect and where we come from, we can't look at it from a Eurocentric paradigm, because the Eurocentric paradigm is phallus worshiping. They're looking at it from their God from a whole nother perspective.
Right, and putting the woman down. Right,
putting
the woman down.
They actually are responsible for the castration of our men over here in this Western society that we know today as being the United Snakes of America.
Right.
Okay, and the fact of the matter is, that's part of our unity effort. See, because when I'm listening, as I listen and watch and analyze and compile data, I'm discovering that many of our problems come from the fact that we have not taken a scientific approach to our problem-solving efforts, and as a result, the best personality rises, rather than the best principle rise. So take, for example, what we're talking about Mama, calling on Mama. And God would be more serving to us if it was in feminine form, which I would never go to a church unless it was run by a woman personally. But
hold on. I need you to say that one more time, please, because there was somebody that walked in our studio, in our audience, and I need for her to hear you say that, reiterate that, because I agree totally. But say it again, please, with clarity. Matter of fact, like Kevin Hart say it with your chest.
Okay, I identify with Christianity. I'm comfortable with that particular theological aspect, that concept. But I would never go to a church run by a man. I would go to a church run by a woman who's the female as the pastor. If I was to become, a Christian, it would be a female pastor. Because of what I think the need is for the time. See, this is where I want to go with this, guys. The fact of the matter is, we as a people, take us as Minister Farrakhan has made friends for us all over the world. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, if you follow my techniques, you're going to have friends and houses and land and friends in all walks of life. Well, I'm experiencing that. But I'm not a religious man at all. I'm not a religious man at all. I think our theology, we short circuit ourselves because the concept of a female God figure, if we got to have that,
Brother,
is not brought to the table to where we can discuss it. Because I would guarantee you more men would participate in that aspect of it if they came from the Christian persuasion. If it was a female figure in terms of theology.
Right. Brother, can I share something with you along those lines? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said in Closing the Gap, page 58, Sister Minister Ava Muhammad's appointment as a minister over a mosque to head the mosque and teaching and administration is a sign now of new rulership. This was when she was appointed the student minister of Muhammad Mosque number 15, Atlanta, Georgia. He goes on to say that this is a sign that it is becoming time now for the female to come out into Allah God's new world, as well as to master the home to bring forth a brand new civilization. It is also a sign of the irreversible will of Allah God that nothing Satan can do will alter the establishment of Allah God's will. The woman can come out now because Satan's power over her is waning. All over the world, women are crying out for freedom, crying out for justice. Allah God is inspiring their cry, and he will answer their cry and make them a party to and a partner with the new Adam in bringing about a very functional family and a very functional nation on the basis of proper male-female relationships and partnerships and serving the will of Allah God. She will be his helpmeet. So that's what you just said.
But see, a lot
we
of people,
have
when
to
they
lift
hear that,
the black woman up. Lift the woman up. Stop suppressing her.
They
Stop
think-
this sexism. It has to end. Otherwise,
That's-
we are not going to come up as a nation. We are
key.
not.
But a
That
lot
is the
of
key.
people, when they hear that and they hear Allah God, or they hear that it's coming from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, they
Or Minister
think that
Farrakhan.
he's talking to Muslims only.
Right.
He's talking. You have to listen to the meat and potato
Exactly.
of what he is saying. He's not just talking. He just uses Allah God is his language to identify the deity in which he knows as being the supreme being.
Right.
He's talking to all of our women. Even after this particular show, the Think Tank show, we have a beautiful sister that looks like us, that comes from the same struggle that we come from, but she's coming from a Christian perspective, and she has something to fulfill you with that's going to enlighten your soul and,
she's
your
teaching
spirit.
the truth. I mean,
And it's the
if
truth.
you research and you actually take the time out to read the Holy Quran, cover to cover, read the Holy Bible, cover to cover, come to a study group class, read the actual study guide that talks about building your will, staying strong in your faith. I mean, you'll see the tenements of God's holy words and religions and theology cross over lines. You'll see them intersect, and you'll say, oh, that's God's word. When you go to a lecture and you hear something, and the pastor or the minister is talking about no fornication, no adultery, no killing, stabbing each other. How can you not say that that's God's word? But you were in a mosque when you heard that. Was that not God's word? Was that not the truth?
Right.
And then you might go to a church and you hear it. That's God's word. That's God's truth. So this is what we're talking about with this unity. We have the numbers.
Yeah,
All we have to
principle.
do
You're
is get
talking
over
about
the fact that,
unifying
oh,
based
the
on
brother is wearing a
principle.
fez, or the sister is wearing a headpiece, or the sister is not wearing a headpiece and she's showing her hair.
She didn't say it that's
Ooh,
nice,
right?
nicely behind the cameras, y'all. The sister, she really
you-
was
you're
fired up when
talking
she said
about
it earlier.
We
unifying.
have to
You're talking
unify.
about-
Otherwise, it will be our death. That's the
right.
bottom
You're
line.
talking
Because
about unifying on the basis of principle, which is scientific.
Yes.
In its application. And I used to teach at American Islamic Academy in Dearborn. I
Yes,
taught
sir.
physics and calculus over there, and these were all Chaldean students. My whole class were Chaldean Muslim students. Hold
on. Slow down. I need to correct you. I need to not correct you. I need to point something out. I need you to understand this. A Chaldean and a Muslim are two different, a Chaldean and an Arab are two different things. They're cousins,
Right.
but Chaldeans come from that same Arabic stock, but they are the ones who subscribe to Roman Catholicism. Arabs are those who conform to Islam.
Well,
Or
these
Islam,
were a
should I say.
mixture of those coming out of the Middle East, and some of them were Chaldeans, or at least Lebanese, different ones, Saudi Arabians. There was just a whole host of children that I had the opportunity to interact with for 2 years. By the way, all of my students in my 12th grade class got full ride scholarships to University of Michigan
Wow.
School of Engineering. By the way.
Wow.
But the reason I bring that out is that they were telling me coming in that mathematics is Islam, and Islam is mathematics. But when I began to break down the equations and show them how the equations work and how they describe the universe, they were lost. And I remember this one particular time I said, "This is Islam I'm talking about. Don't you all see it?"
No,
It was
not
just
from the
amazing
East.
how-
Not
But
from the East, brother.
That's
They
from
don't
an
see
Arabic.
it.
That's from an Arabic culture. That's not from the original culture. See, what a lot of people got to always understand is Islam is not Arabic, and Arabic is not
Right.
Islam. Islam is
I-
sovereign
I'm
of its
not
own.
mistaken that.
It has no boundaries.
Yes, according to my understanding, it means submission to the will of God. Allah
Yes.
God. That's what it means.
Yes.
And I'm discovering that
One can be a
this
Christian and
submission is a
follow Islam.
principle.
One can be a Jew and follow Islam.
And
It's
follow
all about the
Islam, right.
application of the truth.
It's a principle. It's a principle. What I would hope to bring to our discussions, and I'm beginning to really become more boisterous about this, is a scientific approach, because it knocks off
Yes.
the frauds.
Yes.
It knocks out the useless data that doesn't work and cannot work and has not worked, and allows for the truth to come. I even read in the Bible where it talked about the heavens declare the glory of God.
Come
So
on.
when I started looking at the heavens, I started reckoning and doing my math and looking through these telescopes and the Fermi Lab in Illinois, the particle accelerators, and I've studied all of this stuff. And so I'm not just ripping stuff out from behind me and saying it
Right.
on the air.
Right.
I studied it extensively, and I'm here to tell you that what's preventing our unity most, in my eyes, from what I see, is that we have to become willing to allow principles that everybody could, like you were talking about Mr. Farrakhan in the study guides. He was talking about how it will be relationship building. Because
Right.
these principles that you're using is going to build a relationship between the male and the female.
Right.
So it's the principles that should guide our analysis, principles that should guide who we follow and what we follow, principles that should I mean, it seems so simple.
Brother, can I ask you a
Praise
question?
be to Allah.
Can I ask
That's
you a
excellent.
question?
Thank you so much.
I want to ask the question. Maybe it may be a rhetorical question.
I think we should get him on the show.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm not trying to give my spot up. That brother can take my spot. What is you talking about?
He is
No,
super
brother,
intelligent.
believe me,
That's
I
what we
can't
need
take
on the
Yeah,
show.
I'm not. Listen. It's still
We-
competitive
your
here.
shot, your spot will be gone, brother.
What-
You're secure.
Whatever.
You're secure.
Sister trying to get rid of me. Trying to trade me in.
Never
Brother,
that.
get off my phone. No, but my question, and it may be rhetorical, but you can answer if you'd like to. But it sounds to me that you're saying our Willie Lynch today is religion.
Oh, anything with the prefix "re" on it, anything with the prefix "re" on it is talks about time. I did my doctoral dissertation on time travel. That's where I work at, and I understand that
You did your what on who?
Pardon?
Is you cussing? You did. You did.
No, I didn't cuss.
You said you
No,
did.
He's teasing you. He's
You
teasing you, brother.
did. You did your who on what?
Oh, doctoral dissertation. I
Doctoral
defended my
dissertation.
dissertation on time travel.
Now, some brothers
That's
and
what-
sisters out there that probably thought you was cussing, brothers. So you got to explain.
No, the phenomenal part is that he said he did that on time travel.
Exactly. That was a
Wow.
That was a whole sentence of cuss words.
Please explain, my brother.
What I was going to say is, see, if you even look in the Arab culture with
Yes.
respect to religion, how religion affected them, when they, algebra is an Arab word.
Right.
It's they were one created algebra and a whole lot of things the Arabs created. But if you notice, the religion part of their culture during that time was very minimal. It was only when they started becoming what they call fundamentalists that all of a sudden the Arabs began to become, they started burying their children, their girl children, all kind of crazy stuff was going on. Religion retards a people. It has a retardation effect. Spirituality advances and causes evolution. On any word, on the front of any word, refund, renew, rejuvenate. Anytime you see the prefix re on a word, it's talking about going into the past and some sort of past state. And if you don't believe me, just check it out. Think of any word you say re. So religion takes you back to a primitive state that you have evolved from. And when you evolve out of religion, you're going into spirituality. And that's why Islam, when you say Islam means submission, Islam is a spiritual concept, not a religion. It's a spiritual concept.
Yes, it is.
And so yes, religion. Look at the state of the black man and woman. It is through religion that this is done. You go in any city, all the leaders are religious leaders.
Religious leaders.
Where's our economists? Where are our scientists? Where are all the people who put together governments? Where are they? You mean to tell me the only thing we can produce are preachers? Is that all we got?
Come on, brother.
They're preparing us for, don't get me preaching now. All they're preparing us for is the life after we.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
I think you put him on hold. Sir, are you there?
Okay, I'm through with that because religion. You get me on that, man. I just want to crack heads.
You just cracked somebody's head.
I know.
You just cracked my head with that.
Those atoms. Boom, boom, boom.
Doctoral dissertation of a thesis of what?
Time travel. Get it right.
You know, the only real part of time is the present.
Oh.
The past and the future are not real. But the present is the only part of time that the mind cannot conceive of unless it has evolved to a state by using the concept of the male and female. Your thoughts come in pairs.
Right.
They come in the pair of male and female. And if you want creativity, this is the only way you can create something. Your brain does too. You got the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. One is masculine, one is feminine. And so the thoughts follow that pattern. See, these are all universal patterns. You don't have to depend on nobody because everybody can do the test for themselves. But if you pair a male thought with a female thought of different orientations, you will get what's called miscreation. So that's what the whole Willie Lynch thing was designed to do. To cause us to miscreate by making us mispair. We might pair a female thought of one orientation with a male thought of another orientation, and it's self-sabotage. The key is reorienting the mind, and that's why we have to have a female, a woman, a million woman march to get her mind reoriented.
We need that.
Brother, I want you to help us.
Removing of guilt.
Brother, I want you to help us. I want you to stay in touch with me. My number is 352-262-5899, 352-262-5899. My email is sisterkatrina@yahoo.com. Sister, spelled out, Katrina, Katrina, @yahoo.com. My Facebook is Katrina Muhammad. You could also call into the show, reach the brother, but we need all the help we can get. We need all hands on deck. We need all of our brothers to help make this happen. The Million Woman March in Detroit, October 2017. I'm calling on all the prayer warriors to get on your prayer mat, make it happen, bend a knee, bow down to the God, and ask him and pray for this event to happen in Detroit because it's going to save lives. It's going to bring unity to our people. It's going to be seen around the world. Detroit, around the world, with 1 million black women in Detroit. Stop playing. We need that to happen. We need your help.
You can also send your inquiries in, your support, donations, what have you, to 160 Victor Street in care of the Think Tank Show. You can send it in care of Katrina Muhammad or Brother Sutton Bay, but just make sure you send it. Make sure you address, let it be known that it's the Think Tank Show, and it's right here at 160 Victor Street, Highland Park, Michigan. I think that zip code is 48213 or 48203. So
That you can find it on Google as well. You
What's
can look it
going
up. But we
on?
do need the donations. I don't want to just fly by that, because if you appreciate this show and you're watching on TV 33 or you're watching online, on the internet, on your phone, on your laptop, and you're like, wow, this is really quality programming. I really appreciate the conversation. I appreciate just having an hour called The Think Tank, where we actually think about some things and discuss it for the betterment of our people. If you find that to be valuable, you know, when things are valuable to you, you invest in them. You take care of them. So we're asking for your support. We're asking you to make that investment in this show so we can continue to be on the air, continue to support this black brother who owns this network, RJ Watkins, and make sure that we have a venue. We have an opportunity, an avenue to speak our mind and talk to our people. This is very, very important. It can never be underestimated. So, yes, please send your donations in. Please do that and support the show. And if you're interested in advertising, please let us know that as well. You can contact me or brother. We definitely would love to support your business and your products.
That's a fact. So you can always contact us at the Think Tank Show on Facebook. We're located on Facebook as well. You can find us on Facebook, and then you can find us also at Brother Bay Facebook page, and then you got Sister Katrina Muhammad
Exactly.
Facebook page. You can get in contact with us, or you can call her number. If you have a business out there, you want advertisement, you need support, get in contact with us so we can start running your commercials during the time, the airing of this particular show.
Number one reason why our businesses go out of business is we have not marketed, we have not promoted. That's really it. It's not that we don't have a better concept or a better product. It's just we don't know how to market and promote that product. We think that actual marketing and advertisement is something where, okay, I'll just get some flyers made and give those out. That's good enough. That's not good enough. You need to be on television. You need to be with us. Let us help you. Let's come together. Let's unite. Okay?
What's the book of the week?
The book of the week, guess what, everybody? It is Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
So I am
all you
holding-
brothers and sisters out there.
That's right. I am
Tamara.
holding the Holy Quran. Yes, it starts this evening at 5 a.m. If you want to participate, maybe you're not Muslim, but you want to participate in Ramadan. You're saying, what is that about? I'd like to fast. I've heard some things about it. This is your opportunity to take a time out with God, you and God on this journey to meditate, to read your holy book, to pray, to fast, to stay away from anything that's going to take you off of the path of righteousness, okay? Any arguing, any quarrels, any stress, all of that, none of that happens during Ramadan, and it's for 30 days, and it starts tonight.
Sister Yvette Muhammad says Ramadan Kareem.
Oh, Ramadan Mubarak.
So we gotta go.
She responded to
Yeah,
me.
we gotta go, y'all. Listen,
Read
this
your
is
Holy
the
Quran.
end of this particular segment of the Think Tank Show. We'll see y'all again next week, same place,
Man, I had fun.
same time. From
a
5
lot
to
of
6,
fun.
right here at TV33 WHPR. We also on TV33WHPR.com, the free TV33 WHPR phone app, the Roku box at TV33 Live, Google TV, Amazon TV.
I know.
I'm out of breath.
I know. I love it.
See y'all next week.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Islam
Ramadan
alaikum,
Mubarak.
Islam, y'all, and Ramadan Mubarak to all.